regarding British Steel, I just read somewhere that Rob had said, or he thought you guys might have been inspired by AC/DC when you supported them on that previous tour, on the Killing Machine tour in 1979.
Yeah, that was a great tour, and those guys are just wonderful. I can't say enough good about them. They really know how to treat support bands. And that's where we learned, our trades from, really. We always prided ourselves on treating support bands as good as we possibly could, and I wouldn't have that any other way. Yeah, I think the things that influenced me most was basically, as I say, how well they treated us, how well we got on, and how straight down, rock metal can have such a great effect on an audience, But I always considered AC/DC to be really quite bluesy, blues, I'm sure that's how they started off, it's inherent in Angus's playing, but they just invented blues rock, I think, took it all to another level. And, but yeah, I can't specifically remember being musically influenced by AC/DC, other than, some of the great stuff, how they really laid it down, really did pack a punch. So I think, if anything, songs probably like Living After Midnight or Grinder, and there's a few songs that you would say, that you potentially could see an influence, but consciously or subconsciously, Adam, I think, really, But I think that most of our stuff, like, on British Steel, like Steeler and stuff like that, and Breaking the Law, and I don't know, mate, I really don't know.
Yeah, you had said in your book that you loved that tour probably more than any other, so I wasn't sure. Yeah. I just found that later that Rob had said that. You don't say that, of course, in your book. You just said that you thought you loved that tour more than any other, was your comment, I think.
Yeah, no, I loved AC/DC, and I loved the tour, and I loved everything about it, but I was never particularly an AC/DC fan, I liked them and really respected them, and they were great, and they're a real powerhouse. But my roots were more progressive style, a la Hendrix, improvisation and stuff like that. But it would be fair to say, with, going through that sort of period, British Steel, Point of Entry, the Priest was probably a bit more down the line on those albums,
I loved how you called Bon Scott genuinely dapper, how clean he was, as a different image that I had of him.
Yeah, he was a really, as I said in the book, a real gentleman, and he always, Bon Scott never looked stressed, wrecked, or anything else other than totally in control and very, clean and tidy and very, very presentable,
Except for when he'd hit the stage, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, but then, even then, he was very polished and delivered the goods fine style,
Of course, yeah. But I think you said somewhere where he's throwing up into towels and stuff like that.
Well, there was that, yeah. I mean, but Bon would chug it down, but he would come on the side of the stage, and it was probably his way of getting rid of something that would probably cause him to totally fall over, So it was his way of getting, doing it his way,